Hello students, today on the platform of Indian Online School, we have come up with a paper of Grade 5 Level 2 exams. I hope the discussion of this paper will help you in the further preparation of your Level 2 exam. So before starting with the Level 2 paper, let me brief you about the marks distribution. So in this paper, you have around 40 questions, right? So first 45 questions are from the science segments carrying 1 marks each, and the last segment is the achievers section that has 5 questions and each carrying 3 marks. So 15 and here 45. So total of 60 marks question you will get for your level 2 exam. So let's begin with the discussion of the paper. First question says study the given table and select the correct option regarding P, Q and R. So these are the reproductive part. Other than seeds, P is root, Q is ginger, R is bryophyllum. So here we have to find out the correct option. So let's see. P is modified to store food as in sweet potato or people. So sweet potato is a root, correct? But people is not a root, right? So this is not correct. Q is always underground and modified to store food. It is not always underground. Uh, yes, Q is rhizobium, so ribosome actually, and it stores food underground, but it is not always. So this is also a wrong statement. R is non-green and non-photosynthetic. Bryophyllum is not non-green and it is not photosynthetic. Okay. It is not non-photosynthetic, it is photosynthetic. So this is also a wrong statement. P could be dahlia or turnip. P is root. Okay, dahlia and turnip, yes, they are the root and they propagate through their root. So this is the correct answer for our question number 1. Question number 2. Which of the following animals' breathing organ is not hidden in the given word grid? Well, is not hidden in the not hidden. So whale breathes through lungs, Scalidon, earthworm. Yes, earthworm breathes through skin, and here we don't have the spiracles. Grasshopper breathe through spiracles. So our correct answer is option number C. Question number 3. The given diagram shows 3 gears arranged to work in a mechanical system. If gear Q moves in an anti-clockwise direction, in which direction would gear P and R move? So here we can see P, Q and R are attached to each other, right? So here they have said that Q is moving in an anti-clockwise direction, right? So if Q is moving in an anti-clockwise direction, that means P will be also moving in an anti-clockwise direction, but R will move in a clockwise direction, right? R will be moving in a clockwise direction. So, because here Q is attached to R and P is attached to R, right? So if Q is moving in anti-clockwise direction, R will move in clockwise direction, and as R is moving in a clockwise direction, P will be in anti-clockwise direction. So our correct answer is option number A. Question number 4. One afternoon, Ravi and Mohit were playing in park. All of a sudden, Ravi felt uneasy and started to bleed through nose. What should Mohit do immediately to handle the situation? He would blow some warm air on a handkerchief and put it on Ravi's mouth. This is wrong. Excuse me. He should make Ravi sit on a bench or chair with his head held back. Yes, this can be a immediate action where the bleeding can stop immediately. So B can be our correct answer. Question number 5. B, E, F and G are drops of wax placed on a rectangular piece of metal. When the metal frame is heated at the point shown in the diagram, the drop of wax will melt. Which of the following shows the order in which the drops of wax will melt? So here we can see that we are heating it from this point, right? And we can see that D is the immediate wax here. So D will melt first, then E, then G, and then F. So our correct answer should be option number B. Question number 6. One night, Lizzie watched a constellation over a period of several hours. She found that the constellation seemed to move across the sky. Which of this can explain this? Some constellations are moving constellations. No. As the Earth rotates, constellation seems to move. This is the correct explanation because the Earth is always moving on its axis. So as the Earth moves, the constellation also seems to move. So this is our correct answer, and the proper explanation of the constellation seemed to be moving across the sky. Question number 7. Refer to the given Venn diagram and select the correct option regarding P and Q. So P is an animal that can both swim in water and walk on land, and P is an animal that has scales on their outer body covering. So P can be crocodile. Q is an animal that can only wiggle on ground. Okay, they have outer body covering as scale and they can only wiggle on the ground. Snake, any snake. So our correct answer should be B, crocodile and rattlesnake. Question number 8. Which of the following is not a reflex action? Stepping back when toe is pricked by a sharp nail. This is a reflex action. Contraction of pupil of the eyes when exposed to bright light all of a sudden. Yes, this is also reflex action. Coughing or sneezing or intake of an irritant material. This is also a reflex action. Recalling and writing the marked up content in exam paper. This is not a reflex action. This is a memory, right? So this is not a reflex action and our correct answer. Question number 9. Refer to the given figure indicating 3 types of forces, X, Y, and Z, and select the incorrect option. So here we can see that this boy is pulling the sleigh, and these are the forces. Okay, let's see. So the boy X can be the forward pull, the force that is forward moving. Z can be gravitational force and Y can be frictional force that is acting against the force of action, right? An astronaut floats in space due to the absence of force Z. This is correct because there is no gravitational force there. When we use pulley to lift a bucket or water from well, pulling vertically downward, then pulley makes X in opposite direction of Z, making it easier to lift the bucket. This is also correct. Force Y is responsible for wearing and tearing of tires of vehicles. Yes, frictional force is responsible for the wearing of the tires. We can walk only on those surfaces which offer no Y. No, we cannot walk on those surfaces that does not offer frictional force. Frictional force is very much required for our movement. So this is our incorrect statement and the correct answer for this question. Question number 10. Refer to the given Venn diagram and identify characteristics P and Q. P is the muscle of arms and legs and P is the muscle of heart. Q is the muscle of heart and the muscle of stomach and small intestine. So A option is voluntary in nature, never take rest. This is, we have to find the identify P and Q. So here voluntary in nature never takes rest. Stomach and small intestine, they do take rest. Muscle does not take rest. But smaller heart, this stomach of small intestine, they take rest. So A cannot be the answer. B, presence of striations involuntary in nature? Yes, this is correct because the muscles of arms and legs and the muscles of heart, they have stations on their on the muscles, and the muscles of the heart and the stomach and small intestine, they are involuntary. They are not under our control. They work independently, right? So B is our correct answer. Question number 11. The diagram shows three people taking a ride at a fair as shown here. Which of the following statement is, as the boat swings back and forth, which of the following statements is or are true about the three persons X, Y, and Z? So X is in this side, Z is on the other side, and Y is in the middle. Okay. So we have to find out that which statements are true. X experiences the most potential energy when the boat swings left, correct? Z experiences the most potential energy when the boat swings right. This is just the opposite of the first statement. This is also correct. Y experiences the most potential energy as the boat passes the rest position during swinging. No, this is wrong. So our correct answer is option number 1 and 2. That means C, right? Question number 12. Always students, when you are looking into the questions, always keep in mind to see whether the question is asking for the correct statement or the incorrect statement, because this is very much necessary, because most of the students, they make mistake based on they think that they are asking for the correct statement, but eventually they ask for the incorrect statement and we get a wrong marks, right? Okay, coming to question number 12. X is a plant whose seeds are dispersed by wind, whereas Y is a plant whose seeds are dispersed by animals. Which of the following hold true regarding plant X and Y? A says the seeds of plant X may have either wings or hair-like structure. This is correct. Plant X whose seeds are dispersed by wind, whereas plant Y whose seeds are dispersed by animals. This is correct statement. Yes, the plants whose seeds are to be dispersed by wind, they should have some wing-like structure or hair-like structure so that they can be blown off. The fruits of plant Y may or may not be edible. Yes, this is also correct. The seeds of plant X are dispersed in a small radius around parent plant, whereas seed of Y is dispersed to very far. No, as the wind will blow, it can take the seed to a very distant place also. So this is not a wrong statement. This is a wrong statement. So our correct answer is option number D. Question number 13. Starting from the first letter, strike out every alternate letters to get the name of a sedimentary rock formed when large rounded clasts get sedimented together in a matrix. Let's see. First letter. This is quartzite. This is obsidian. This is granite. And this is conglomerate. So our correct answer is option number D. Question number 14. Identify the incorrect statement from the following. Matter exists in different forms. We have to find the incorrect statement. So this is a correct statement. Matter can be changed from one form to another. This is also a correct statement. A new substance is formed in a chemical change. This is also a correct statement. Ice is heavier than water. This is a wrong statement. Why? Because the density of water is more than ice. So this is a wrong statement, but the correct answer for our question number 14. Question number 15. The given diagram shows arrangement of three magnets where their poles is a pole in contact stick to each other. Which of the following arrangement is not possible with our given statement? So here Q, P, S. So here T and S are opposite poles, Q and R are opposite poles, right? So if I just mark this, P is North Pole, Q is South Pole, R is North Pole, S is South Pole, T is North Pole, and U is South Pole, right? So QP, Q is South, P is North, S is South, R is North. This is possible. For B, T is North, U is South, Q is South, P is North. This is not possible. So our correct answer is option number B. Question number 16. Refer to the given relationship based on the eating habits and select the option which satisfies the same relationship. Wild beast, eagle, bear. So, herbivore, eagle, carnivore, bear, omnivore. Okay. So it can be option number B, zebra, leopard, and crow. Question number 17. Refer to the given flowchart and select the correct option regarding P, Q, and R. It is a communicable disease. Yes. Spreads through air. Yes is P. P can be any air transmitted disease. It can be tuberculosis. Spreads through contaminated food and water. Yes is Q. So it can be cholera or typhoid. Spreads through insect bite. Yes is R. R can be any malaria, dengue, all this can be. And we have to find out the correct options. A says P could be tuberculosis or leprosy caused by virus. This is P is tuberculosis caused by virus. It is not caused by virus. It is caused by bacteria. So this is a wrong statement. Q could be cholera or typhoid. Correct. Caused by bacteria. This is correct statement. R could be malaria or sleeping sickness. Yes, caused by Anopheles mosquito. Anopheles mosquito causes malaria, but sleeping sickness is caused by the testis fly. So this is a wrong statement. P, Q, and R are non-infectious but contagious. This is also a wrong statement. So our correct answer is option number B.